Happy Monday! Welcome back to another special edition of the Hockey Nation live show, early edition. It's 11 o'clock Eastern Time in South Miami, and we are excited to having each one of you for another great show. But we don't have Michael O's again. Michael Devellano is busy this morning. If possible, he joined us a little bit later during the day. So hopefully he will come and talking about the weekend in NHL. So welcome everybody. If you are just joining us, please jump in the comments and tell us about who you are, where you're coming from, and if you're ready to do another great show with us. And again, like I said always, this show is great, not because the guy and the screen, because you behind the keyboard, because your participation make a big difference about this show. So let's jumping and diving at this show right away. But before we start, I just want to let you know, please subscribe to our YouTube channel under the Hockey Nation live show. That's where you're going to get all the notification about who we are, what we do, what we bring every single day. We bring you many contents about the NHL. Of course, we follow the Montreal Canadiens, the Florida Panthers, and each team in NHL. And that's what we do here. And also, we have also a couple of videos about the mindset, about hockey coaches, drills. So the Hockey Nation Live show, if you are new here, it was about start maybe during the playoff, the time in NHL start and during the bubble. Me and Michael, we start to do a show like this the morning. And we grow slowly, and then we change the format a little bit more. And now that's what we are now. Every single day, we do the live show Monday to Friday. And then we have also a live stream when the Montreal Canadiens play. We follow up a lot live streaming also with the Florida Panthers. But again, this is, like I mentioned earlier, this show is because each one of you. And I want to mention to you, we're going to get this week, Thursday, if I can find it for you guys. Try to check everywhere, but I cannot get it. Thursday, we have the Stanley Cup ex-NHL. Turner Stevenson is going to join us Thursday, May 6th, 11 o'clock. Please prepare your question. Jump in the show Thursday, ex-NHL. I think I have this right now here. Here we go. So Thursday, May 6th, Turner Stevenson, ex-NHL player, won the Stanley Cup with the New Jersey Devils and was drafted by the Montreal Canadiens, have a great career in the National Hockey League. So he's going to be with us, me with Michael, Thursday, 11 o'clock Eastern Time. So we count for each one of you to be here with us. And today we have a special show. We're talking about coach. We're talking about this one. We have the Hockey Nation Live show Monday too. We have today is going to be the MVP. We're going to do that. Then we have we're going to talk about who do you believe is going to be the finalist of the MVP. And finally, we're going to talk about the power ranking with Coach Frenchy. I'm going to show to you the top 16 NHL power rankings. So Michael is aboard, is coming very soon. I just want to finish here. So Jarmo, welcome aboard. Jarmo is in the house today, directly from Finland. He is the one support us very well. And let's moving this. We're going to maybe have a chance to see this guy. Maybe he will show up. Maybe he's behind his camera. Maybe he's not there. He's mute right now. He's on the black side, so I don't know what's going on. He's showing up right now. He's ready to go. Michael Devellano, the co-host, directly from maybe West Coast, maybe Missouri, maybe Texas. Where are you today?
Texas.
Here we go. He's on the Texas state today. So welcome aboard, Michael. We just starting talking about a little bit about Turner Stevenson Thursday YouTube channel. To subscribe to our YouTube channel. And we'll welcome Jarmo directly from Finland. Michael joined us this morning. So and we have Tim Rock also in the show. Welcome, Tim. I'm sure you're pretty happy about the Florida Panthers. I'm sure you'll be maybe, not maybe like me when you're going to see my power ranking today. but it will be interesting. Michael, how was your weekend, by the way?
It was busy, Pierre.
Yeah? What happening?
Oh, I was in Missouri for graduation.
Awesome. Congratulations to your daughter.
Thanks. Yeah.
I bet it was a great weekend for you.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but yeah.
You have the time to watch a couple of hockey game?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
The game yesterday was interesting, and then Detroit on Saturday, right?
Yeah, Detroit play yesterday, Friday, Saturday again, the Tampa Bay, and then they play again a back-to-back Sunday.
Yeah. So on Saturday they had a big game where they won 1-0 in the shootout. So that was kind of crazy. Grace gets a second shutout. Bruins seem to be back on track for the most part. The Islanders, that was a big win, I thought, for the Islanders against the Rangers.
Yep. A lot of team this weekend. We're going to go through the games in the next couple of minutes. We're going to start right away the show, Michael. I don't know if you see this, but we talk about, let me check from jumping on you. But we talk about right away the MVP. Who are the finalists for you? We're going to go with 3 to 5 players. Everybody is on the show right now, like Jermo or Michael Rosenblatt. Welcome aboard. And we have also Tim, if you want to join us. So, Michael, you maybe go with front players also. We're going to start the show with the MVP. So, the MVP, honestly, is the Hart, the R. Ross trophy. Is this one over there over Michael?
Wait, so the Hart Trophy is the MVP, right?
Yeah, the Art Ross trophy.
No, those are two different things. The Art Ross is the scoring title.
Yeah, and then you have the Hart. Yeah. Exactly. We're going to go for the MVP.
Yeah. So obviously McDavid. I mean, I think he's kind of running away with it. You could say Barkov.
Jarmo said Connor McDavid, Sasha Barkov, and Austin Matthews.
I'm not so sure about Matthews. I mean, it's weird. Like, he's the leading scorer on his team. He's gonna pop 40 at least. He's trying to stretch it to 50. I'm not sure if that makes him the MVP. I'm trying to think if that does or not.
So right now you have McDavid.
For sure, and Barkov.
Okay. Michael jump on.
I kind of think McKinnon would be over Matthews for me, but it's tough to say. Like, in some ways, Rantanen has been the MVP of Colorado,
Okay, so Michael go with McDavid, Matthews, Patrick Kane, Barkov, and Vasilevsky.
I mean, it's funny because I was thinking Kane. They've really dropped off a lot. I'm having a hard time with the third one. The name Fleury pops to mind. I mean, he's had a pretty phenomenal year.
We have Michael Frederick. Michael Frederick is a hockey coach with me, and he said to Michael Rosenblatt, "Go back to the clouds."
Back to class.
Michael Frederick, let Michael with us. We need more people here. Gator Rock, Tim, he said that he will give it to Leon or before to Barkov.
Leon Draisaitl over
Barkov.
No. I mean, if this was last year, then Leon Draisaitl, I get that.
Yeah.
But to me, McDavid's like far and ahead of everybody. Barkov's definitely there. I don't know. The third one's real tough.
For me, I'll be honest with you, is I have McDavid right there. Okay. I have Austin Matthews right there. Okay. And then after that, you have to go with the surprise of the year. And I think Barkov is the number 3 in my book. And then I may be surprised everybody, but I'm going to put Kaprizov in my top 5.
You know what, Pierre? That's who I've been thinking of. I've been thinking Kaprizov is the third guy. And I'm not sure if he'll get votes, but I honestly believe that he's it. I mean, who's more valuable to his team than Kaprizov?
Yeah. Now you can talk about Patrick
That's
Kane.
exactly what the name in my head was. That's funny that you said that.
Now they will maybe mention also Mitch Marner. Could be on the list over there. But I think they will be passed because Austin Matthews on that flip over there, right? Then after that, my number 4 will be Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah, McKinnon's in the conversation. But, you know, I think there's a very good case for Kaprizov. I've been thinking that more and more. Like, it's really hard to deny what he's done.
Yeah, but for me, the winner, if we, I don't, what I mean? Like, I don't know if you have someone, before I always announce my winner. If you guys, now you make your list, who's going to win? On your top 3, now your top 5, who do you believe is going to win the MVP? Michael, on you pick up which one?
I'm with McDavid. I mean,
McDavid.
I think he's by far the most valuable player in the NHL this year by a lot.
Jeremo said McDavid also. Can you see the comments, Michael?
Yeah.
You can see the comments?
Yeah, I can see them.
Okay, good. Jeremo, look at us ranking. McDavid, Matthews, Crosby.
That was McDavid have no chance. He's by far the best player in the NHL.
Kane, Rantanen, and Barkov. McDavid, Matthews, no chance.
I don't see how anybody
McDavid's a no chance.
I don't see how you can pick Matthews at all. I don't see it. I mean, I think that
I have an answer for you. The reason why Matthew will be mentioned there, because he have 38 goals. He was going to finish with 40 goals. And the last 25 years, he's going to be almost 0.9, maybe 8.8, something like that, ratio of goal per game or goal every 60 minutes. That's why he increased his chance to get an MVP, and Toronto make the playoff, and Toronto finish first. So he all accumulate together, and many of them, the vote come from the people from Canada, right? So probably. I think you're going to get this. On the flip side, my winner is Connor McDavid, because you have to go all the way to 1980s to see it. And he will definitely get it if you reach the 100 points. And whatever he's behind from 1 or 2, 3 points behind, he have a ratio almost like, 2 point. It's going to be 1.8, 1.9, and 9.5 ratio per game. And that did not happen before Wayne Gretzky area. With, like 180 point, 190 point, and 212. So you have to jump all the way, and I think the fact that I believe for me is the big one for me. That's going to be.
I think it's pretty tough not to give it to him.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, I think he's going to win it. I mean.
So I don't know if anybody want to join. We want to check the conversation. Jump in, let us know what do you think is going to win. By the way, Michael, Frederick, if you're there, you may be talking about your Flyers. What do you think about Carter Hart? He's a big fan of the Flyers, by the way, Michael.
Yeah, so, I mean, Carter's had a tough year. I suspect what we're finding out is that he's been hurt. He's played unusually horrible. I mean, I've never, ever seen him. I mean, we had him at a very young age. I've never seen him with that kind of performance. So I don't have firsthand. I'll have to check and see what's going on. I'm sure there's some feedback from our guys. But
we're going to go. We are on Monday now. We have a little bit changing the format of the program right now because I'm under my program, everything like that. So we're going to go power ranking, Michael. We're going to go the first 16 team on the power rankings, like a little bit movie. And every time you see the logo, you can mention or you can say, what do you think about 16, 15, 14, 13? We're going to disappear on the screen. I'm going to let the movie, but we can talk behind the movie. Does that make sense? So you can see that one over there. So let's start right away. Number 16, Montreal Canadiens. They have 3-1-0 last week. They jumped a 4 rank. If that. Maybe one of the best week, Michael, since they play 4 games the last 3 weeks. That will be the 4 weeks this week. I think they beat the Winnipeg Jet, the Ottawa Senator, the Calgary. That make them right now jumping 8-point lead in front of Calgary, and they are 2 points behind the Winnipeg Jet.
So is this your rankings?
Yeah, that's my ranking for this week.
Yeah, okay.
Number 15, St. Louis Blues, 3-0-1. Michael, they beat two times on the 3 St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis to me is definitely, I mean, at least 15th. They might be higher.
And
so let's see what else we got.
Yeah, so they jumped the 4. I believe right now they're going to make the playoff in the West Division. I don't think so. Arizona can cap this.
No, Arizona seems like they're toast. San Jose's trying, but San Jose just can't get their act together.
For the first time, this is the lowest ranking for the Winnipeg Jets this year, Michael. They always never been past the 12th. They are 0-3-0. They are 0-6-0. The last 6 games is a team right now struggle. Max Sheffley, Michael, is struggle. Unbelievable.
It's something's up there. I don't know. He got benched, right?
Yeah.
So
and Alibak right now have a very bad time over there.
He's been so amazing for years, so I don't know.
Number 13, Nashville have a so week. It did not happen a lot for the last 6 weeks, to be honest with you. They are 1-2-0 on the power ranking. The big win is that it's happened Saturday night. They won us on the shootout on the OT against the Dallas Star. So I think that's a good one about that one.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason that they're still in there is because the teams below have been doing worse.
You're absolutely right about that one over there.
They're just packing it in for the year, 4-3 losses. So
yep. Number 12, the New York Islanders, Michael. They are 2-1-0. They win again twice against the New York Rangers. It's a team right now. They're searching a little bit. They struggled the last 2 weeks. They find a way with Varlamov against the Rangers to shut down them a lot 4 times this year. Amazing, great performance from him again, the same opponent team. But again, can they go over that team? Number 11, Boston Bruins, 3-0-0 again, Michael. They are rolling, rock and roll. They maybe finish top 3 at some point. Everything looking great over there.
Yeah, I think the Islanders, going back to them, definitely missing Anders Lee. They need to get back on the Wallstrom train and see if they can get the young guys to score, because Palmieri and Zajac are not contributing offensively. So they definitely need some offense from the young guys, because the only 2 places I can see that coming are Bellows and Wallstrom. Boston with Taylor Hall, I mean, that trade has been absolutely magic, and they got a bunch of healthy guys back at once.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Number 10, the Florida Panthers, 3-1-0. Everything looking great over there. Sam Bennett is really the one to change everything over there. Whatever they're missing, Ekblad, Jagar McKenzie, step up, Michael. Force length is amazing. So I put them 10. They're still fighting for stay in the second position. We'll see what happens. Minnesota, so weeks, 1-1-1. So overall, it's not too bad. I believe they are the top 10 at that moment, 3rd in the West Division.
Yeah, Florida looks good. The Sam Bennett move was awesome. The Gusev move is working out, and the Montour move is working out.
Yep.
Minnesota is, I mean, this is a fun team to watch. And the fact that they're in the top 10 is kind of surprising. I don't think anybody would have predicted it. I thought they're going to miss the playoffs. They're getting great goaltending. They had another great, they're 1-1-1, but they're in thick against teams that are desperate. So playing St. Louis was tricky.
Washington 1-1-1 this week. I dropped them to one spot. Struggle a little bit. They play without many games with Ovechkin out and a couple of players, so they will be back. I think it will be interesting to see Samsonov, everything like that. Number 7, I put Pittsburgh in front of Washington, 2-1-0. They beat them. Crosby and the rest of his team is doing amazing with Travis Jarry in front of net.
Yep, I think that they're better than, I've said this for a while, but they're better than we've been giving them credit for. And now they're getting Malkin back, and the coach has them dialed in. I mean, they're playing very well.
I agree with you. Number 6, they stay number 6, 3-1-0 this last week. They are great weeks again. And McDavid have the only loss against Calgary Flames, but the rest of McDavid have 3 points per game. The 3 other time they win is a team. It's on. And again, Koskinen, Michael, we blame him a lot. The last 6 games, I think he's 4-2-0 with 1 point something.
Well, he's in a much better spot because Mike Smith has played so well. He's a good tandem goalie. And I think in the end, this is McDavid's on a mission, and we'll see where that mission takes them.
Tampa Bay 3-0-1, maybe one of their best week in April. They have a good week overall. All month of April, they struggle with 1 win, 1 loss. We talked that. They keep right now jumping over the Florida at that moment, second place in the West Central. I don't think so. They have everything to join the Carolina, but it's the team's getting ready for the playoff.
Yeah, they're looking a little better. I don't feel they're firing on all cylinders still. They still have some key. Is Stamkos is still out? Is Kucherov back?
No.
Yeah, so those pieces hurt, but they got so much depth that they're getting by.
No, for Colorado 2-2 last week. They lost again Arizona, I believe, 1 game. But again, they are sit there, drop them 1 spot. Honestly, 2 spots, but I think they'll be fine. I'm not worried about that. Toronto, great weeks, 3-0-0, 5-3-2 last 10 games. Is the team on mission right now. Whatever who is the goaltender, they don't care. They score a goal.
Yeah, they're a weird team for me still. I mean, they're high in the rankings. They got a lot of depth. I don't know. They swing in these weird lulls, The Nick Foligno deal seems to be someone they're already relying on him, I think. So it'll be interesting to see.
You have a good game against Montreal, by the way. But number 2, the Carolina Hurricane, 3-0-1, and amazing great weeks. They are going to finish first in Southwest Division. The rest of the schedule is really low. Not against Tampa and Florida anymore, so I think they will be fine. Great weeks, great team. I debate to put them number 1, but I put them number 2 for the second week.
I mean, they're so good. They're just so deep. They have great performances. Dougie Hamilton's having a great year. We don't hear much about Aho, but then you look at his stats and you're like, wow, this guy's so good. And Svechnikov has it looked like his numbers weren't going to be that great, but now he's kind of back to where you expected him. Trocheck's had a great year overall. He's kind of cooled off lately, maybe.
And number 1 for the week number 13 in NHL by the coach friendship for the Hockey Nation Live Show. It's the
they're so good.
Vegas Golden Knight. They are number 1 for the 3rd weeks. 2-1-0 last week. Of course, they lose 1 game, but listen, they win like 13 or 12 the last 13 game, Michael. We cannot have a better team at that moment at the top of the NHL. I think they are, the best of the right now, that team with Pietrangelo, Fleury. Lander is 12-1-2.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're just a very good team. It's weird because, on paper, you're not excited necessarily by them, but you look at Pacioretty's year, you look at Stone's year. We don't talk about William Karlsson, but he's definitely still in that mix. The guy I'm surprised at, they still haven't really got much from Cody Glass.
Yep, and Jamo said that Nutivara and Monto has been good team partner. I think for me, Michael, the fact Aaron Ekblad got hurt. He took not only one. You cannot say because of Mackenzie Wegar. Now the team is better. He took a team, a formation of 3-4-D, step up and make look like Aaron. Not too much missing for them. I think it's not only Wegar. Forsling, my friend. I don't know, but Forsling is unbelievable. Jamo. With the Panthers, I think Tim is around. We mentioned this to you, but Forsling, Michael, the Chicago slipped on him. I don't know what happened with him, but he's looking great. Top 4 and anything right now in NHL. And then after that, the additional, like you said earlier, like money ago, they should get Montour. They got it, and Montour played the level what Montour is. He's not number 1. He's not a number 2. He's a number 3-4, bring offensive
Right.
side, not bad on defensive side. Great
Yep.
players around that part with the
Yep.
Panthers.
Yep. If they had Ekblad in him, it'd be great. He's a guy that I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if they keep him.
But I think also, you know what I mean? I think absolutely right. Jarmo Wrestling is a very skilled D. I didn't know him, honestly, Michael, until I see him with the Panthers.
He doesn't get much offense, right? But he's like a good skater. He's tall.
You know what? He don't produce a
He's
lot
not
of points,
tall.
but he carry on the puck so
Does he?
good.
Okay.
He can jump on the D rush. He can jump over there. Here you go,
He's
Michael
like-
Rosenblatt. He's agree with us too. I know it's a player under. You know when we do the
Yeah, he's
overrated and underrated. I think he is the one under. Like nobody mentioned about him.
Yeah, actually, he's not a big guy, is he? He's got 14 points in 40 games. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. This I gave him about almost 30 points.
Yeah, and if you look, like I forgot how many games he played in Chicago. He played quite a few. He's not a rookie. Like he played 38, 41, 43. So he's played some NHL games.
You can, you know, Kim and Michael Rosenblatt follow more the team compared to me, and they are all both. I agree with that one over there, Michael. I think he's a great hockey player. I think he bring a lot. Everything like that. So, you know, before we jump on the everything on the game this weekend and what's going on this week, I want to mention a couple of things right there. Maybe I want you to think about what I'm going to bring to you. First of all, it was the end of April this weekend, so we're missing the end of the April and the beginning. And every month we select the star of the month in NHL. And tell me a little bit more about what you see on the screen right now about Marchand, Howe, Matthews, and McKinnon on each division.
I mean, Aho, this is what I was saying. Like, we don't hear much about him, but then you look at his points, and he's very consistent, and he doesn't really. He's such a good player when you watch him. Like, great month for him, and he's just been good all year. Marchand, I mean, wow, I didn't realize he was kicking that much.
But Michael, my jaw dropped when I see this 24
shocked.
point and 17 game.
Wow.
14 goal, Michael.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, he's just he's always a pain in the neck. He's still a very highly skilled player, and he can punish you with offense. Like and that's proof. I mean, 14 goals in 24 games. That's pretty amazing.
Yep. And then I'm making it running, like, you know, he stepped up more. He was quiet, I believe, at the beginning of the year in February.
Very
But since
brief.
that, March and
he had
April, he
injury.
jumped very well.
Yeah, he's such a good player. I mean, this is an elite player. He's an unusual guy.
What do you
He's,
think about Howe?
With Matthews?
Sebastian Howe?
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, you look at his stats and you don't think he's a great player. You don't hear about him much. And then you look at his stats and he's just like, he's point a game. He's consistently in the mix for the offense in that team. He's a good 200-foot player. Like, he's just he's what you want. Like, he's like a quiet number one. Like, you just don't think of him, but he is definitely a number one.
I agree with you. Like Jamo said, you know, Howe is very mature. I believe Tim, if you're around, you see him a lot, Sebastian Howe this year. And I think for me, is a little bit what Barkov do for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Howe does the same thing, and nobody knows a lot about Sebastian Howe because at the end of the night, you're not going to recognize him. You're going to maybe the syndicate with 2 goals or someone else, right? But I think that's for me what Howe does for the Carolina.
Yeah, for sure. It's weird. Like he's just he's a good playmaker. He can score when you give him an opportunity. He's a 200-foot player. He wins faceoffs. Like he just does all the things you want.
Absolutely right with this part. Jamo Michael, he bring a lot on the table. Like the night of the live stream, he knows a lot of things over there. So thanks Jamo to be with us. You bring a lot of good things, and I think how he was, his dad was involved with hockey. Michael, the rookie of the year of the April, who is he?
Oh, Kaprizov. Really? You picked Robertson?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Robertson's season has been phenomenal. He's very close to Kaprizov in scoring now. But I think in the end, so he's rookie of the year by the NHL?
No, this is for April.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But the NHL picked that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just continue to be. First of all, he is very impressive. He's benefited from playing with Pavelski, and I think that'll help him long term. We always underestimate Pavelski. I mean, that's a guy that. Why are we not talking about him for Hart Trophy? If they make the playoffs, especially.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think for me, it's another plus. I was never thought Jacob. You know what I mean? Like, you talk more about his brother. Is it Nick?
Yeah,
Nick?
I think his brother's like super talented. He's a smaller player, but his brother I always thought was going to be better. But I mean, if he becomes even what Jason is, then he's going to be a damn good player. They aren't making the playoffs, Dallas. I'm not sure. So yeah, I guess Sebastian Aho. How many goals did Sebastian Aho have last year, Pierre?
Last year, in 82 games.
Well, 70 something.
Oh yeah, 71. Maybe 18 to 20. No, man, 15 to 18.
You ready?
How many?
38.
How many?
38.
38 goal. Wow.
I was like, what? So this is again like, you're like, what? Really? I didn't even notice that.
I did not know because I thought he was going to get about, you know what I mean, like 20 and 40 assists. Does it make sense?
Right. But so listen to his totals since he's been in the NHL. 24 goals and 25 assists was his rookie year. 29 goals and 36 assists was his sophomore year. 30 goals and 53 assists was his third season in the NHL. Last year, in only 68 games, he had 38 goals and 28 assists, 66 points. And now he's back to the 20. He's got 21 and 31. And in the playoffs here, he had, in 23 NHL playoff games, he got 8 goals and 16 assists, 24 points. He's like impressive. A model of consistency. Like, this guy's so good.
That surprised me a lot about that one over there.
That's what I was like looking at them. Like, wow.
Wow. That's crazy. We're going to jump before that. We're going to jump a little bit about the standing, what's going on each team, all right? And then we're going to go on the prediction of the fantasy week we're going to have here. You know what? He's maybe right, Jarmo. For me, he bring what Barkov does. I think Howard does the same thing.
I agree. It's really, like we don't. You like Barkov because he's 6'3" and he looks like a big man, but in the end, like, what's the difference? They're very, very close. Dallas plays the Panthers once and Tampa 3 more times. Very hard for them to get to the 4th seed. It'll be tough. I'm not sure if I believe that. Oh, that's interesting. Quarterfinals. I forgot the U18s are tonight. The championship in Plano. Aho's the captain of the Carolina. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, it could be. I think it could be the next one. I think right now it's Jordan Stahl. Is it Jordan Stahl?
No. Is he current captain, you mean?
The captain?
Jordan Stahl's the captain now.
Yeah.
I just wonder how much time he's got left. I mean, he's not getting any younger.
He's what,
34? You think after him, he's got to be 34. Tickets available for both the quarterfinal games. How far am I from Plano?
All right, so let's go jumping there if you want, if you don't mind. We can jump on the standing, talking a bit about the standing. And we just did the power ranking, so I think it will be a great day to do that. And then what's happening during the weekend also for them part. So this is the standing. Can you see it, Michael?
Yep. Sorry, it's a little fuzzy, but yeah.
Okay. For that division central, just mention a bit. Who do you believe is going to be 1, 2, 3, and then who's going to be 4th if you believe this at the end of this schedule?
Well, I think Carolina will be first, and then Tampa and Florida. It's going to be really close, though.
Okay.
And then fourth, I was kind of picking Dallas, but right now there's 7 win difference between these two teams, and Nashville's been 6-3-1. So I thought they were kind of falling off a little bit, but yeah, I don't know. There's 3 points separating them, and they have a tough schedule in Dallas. So the odds would be that Nashville will be fourth.
I will go with Carolina. The 2 game at the end of the year, Tim, is maybe around here. They play again. Tampa Bay play Michael, Florida at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see that. The both game are in Florida. Panthers don't play anymore on the last 3 games of the year. They are at home. But again, Tampa Bay have 1 more game in hand, so that would be the big strength right there. Panthers have to win both of them against Tampa Bay. I think that would not happen for me. They will maybe split, and that will make the difference. So Tampa, at the end of the day, both of them is going to finish second and third, and then Nashville. I don't see Dallas with the schedule they have in front of them to come back and winning and stop to make the playoff.
Yeah,
I don't see that.
I thought they were going to do it, but I always feel terrible underestimating Dallas, but it's getting tougher. 7 games to go, 3 games to 3 points behind is going to be tough.
The Honda West Division, Michael, we see Vegas, we see Colorado, Minnesota. That's the 3 we're already in. And then you have the St. Louis with Arizona. I think St. Louis win the race because they beat this week Minnesota a couple of times, and that's make a big difference right there. And they step up at the right time. We have to give credit to Greg Berube and an amazing great weeks for David Perron and also Tony Crook. When I'm going to show you who is hot, who is cold at the end of the show, you're going to see. But I think St. Louis will now step up, and San Jose is done. For me, it'll be St. Louis fourth. I don't think so Minnesota is going to jump over Colorado. And it would be hard for Colorado to join the Vegas. Whatsoever could happen. But I put Colorado first at the beginning of the year, Vegas second. And no, Minnesota was not there, by the way. But
yeah, I had no idea. I mean, but it makes sense when you look at the rest of that division. They're so much better than the teams below at this point. Yeah, I think Vegas, Colorado, Minnesota won't switch spots, and then St. Louis will grab the last spot for sure.
The team that disappoint me is San Jose.
I'm not surprised at all. I mean, they were like 5th last year. I mean, they have not recovered from not signing Pavelski. The last 6
division, Toronto, they are alone. Then you have Edmonton. I don't think so. The 2 other teams at the below, the next 3 teams going to join Edmonton. So for me, Toronto, Edmonton. Now you have Winnipeg, Montreal, Calgary. Calgary still in the race with 6 games to go. The possibility to reach Montreal at that moment is the max they can go is 12. So it'll be 59. Montreal have to win 2 of the last 6 games. They played 3 times Montreal, Toronto this week, 1 time Ottawa. The last 2 games is again Edmonton. Calgary play Edmonton a couple of games. Then after that, they finish against Vancouver. And Winnipeg right now, they are. Can you believe Winnipeg can pass by Montreal, or do you don't think they will happen? Winnipeg will finish 3rd.
I mean, there's 2 points separating them, Pierre. I didn't realize. It's kind of crazy. Like Winnipeg's really faltered. They got to do something to switch this up. I don't think we've ever seen them struggle like this.
That's the first time I see Winnipeg like that for the last 2 years. I believe they struggled at the beginning of the year in 2019. For a period of time, but like what I see this against Montreal, they was terrible.
Something's going on. I mean, you don't lose 6 in a row. I got to think they're going to break out of it, but something's up. Like it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Montreal might catch them.
Montreal don't play. The funny thing about Montreal right now, check the list I'm going to give to you. Carey Price, Shea Weber, Gallagher, Drouin, Tata, and Paul Biron are out of the lineup right now.
Wow.
6 of them, and they won both games this weekend.
They got a lot of games against Toronto and Edmonton, so that's going to be tricky.
Yeah. But again, I think the fact to see Jake Evans, Lehkonen, Carl Caulfield, those young players right now, Romanov make mistakes, but still fun to watch. That team stepped up. Kate and Primo, Michael, again, Ottawa was unbelievable. They all talking about the goal of Cole Caulfield, but the reason they went against Ottawa Saturday, for me and my book, it was because of Kate and Primo.
Well, he's an elite goalie prospect. I mean, I figured he was going to get some chances in there, but I think Yarmo hits it on the head. The Jets defense, we've been calling it for a while that they're not that good. They always outperform, they get by, but in the end, Hellebuck's not on his game. He's got to be exceptional for that team to be successful, it looks like.
Finally, on the East Division, Michael, this is almost like a Hollywood story because you to tell me Pittsburgh will be first of that division after 50 games, and for all the team, I would say you are not right. I will bet on anything. I will never see Pittsburgh first of that division with the Washington Islanders, and also for me, Philadelphia was a good team, and that, you know what I mean, like on the top six, Rangers should not be there for me, but I think Boston a little bit higher what I thought, but Islanders, Washington there, I'm completely shocked to see Pittsburgh over there.
I mean, I've been saying it for about a month and a half, and it's like I think these guys are just gonna keep annoying us and winning. They want to win a cup, and they think they can. And they've got lots of experience and talent there to still do it. They made some aggressive offseason moves. Moving out Rutherford was a little bit surprising, but I'm sure, Brian Burke is smelling blood. I'm sure Ron Hextall wants some revenge on Philadelphia. And they've just been very good since the moves. And the Jeff Carter trade's been very good for them.
Yep, I agree with you. I think that's helping a lot. I think overall, bring another element on the team. They win right now without Malkin. And I think Letang played the level he should play. Crosby doing well. But the second part of the depth players, like McCann and those kind of players bring a lot behind Crosby. And
that's the thing.
And they're doing good, to be honest with you. And on the flip side, talking about Jarmo, he just said that. And I think he's a great point here. Laurie and Heller is out for the Winnipeg Jets. And I think that's missing their top forward six. And now the player played not at the right chair, right? You can see the lineup was struggled at the same time. But for me, Kapanen, that's the one I was talking about for Pittsburgh. An amazing, great stretch on April with them. I think he have 6-7 goals. The last couple of games, like 10, 12 games. So I think he's doing well. He's really what Kapanen was supposed to be. And I think one player we don't talk with them, he's hurt right now. It's Evan Rodriguez. Another players at the bottom where he helping the foundation. And then you have now Jason Zucker back, Jeff Carter over there. Ross is there. Garzol is doing well. Now with Malcolm back there, that we're helping a lot. But those bottom six helping a lot this year more. Ashton Reese, what's the name? Ashton Reese?
Ashton Reese.
They have another good year overall. You know what I mean? And their D is doing well. I think their D helping a lot. So,
the guy that we don't ever talk about is Jake Gensel. And the guy's got 22 goals. He's such a good player. And he fits with Crosby very well. Zucker is like deep in their scoring. Like he's way down. Like he's got 7 goals, which is still pretty good. If you look at the depth of scoring on that team, Brian Rust has 22 goals.
Yep.
Like it's just crazy. And then you talked about McCann. He's just showing again 13 goals in 39 games. Like they get production out of a lot of guys that on other teams weren't that productive.
And Michael Rosenblatt bringing a good point. I think behind Jairus, I think Casey DeSmith has a great year, maybe his best year in NHL. I'm very impressed by what he brings for them. Like a good season, and I think that helped them a lot to have a backup number 2. I think a season like this year, how many times we said at the beginning of the year, Michael, what is so important to have 2 good goaltender. And some team, Michael, go to 3, 4, and 5 during this year. Like Toronto, Ottawa, you can see a lot of teams struggle with goaltending because there are injuries and COVID, everything like that. I think DeSmith and Jarry, I'll be honest with you, maybe the top 5 best goaltender duo of the year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, this Smith's been real good, and whenever they play him, he's not a big goalie. Jari started out rough, but man, he straightened it out. You can see when you compare what is going on with Matt Murray in Ottawa that they were very comfortable with moving on from him, and
It's
why.
funny because for me, Jeff Carter never been. He performed a lot, but never been like the star of the star. I don't know how I can say that. Like he produced in
He's
hockey in NHL, right? But I don't know if
absolutely
he's like he never been at the level of the name recognized like Crosby. I don't want
no,
he's like Crosby, but maybe the second like
no, he's not that level. Yeah,
no, but like you know what I mean, like his name was maybe forgot around like behind like Rick Nash example.
yeah, that's a good comparison. He was like he and Richards were in Philadelphia early on. Were moved, went to Columbus. There was all that drama. Got traded to LA. That really unlocked him. They won a bunch of cups, and he's an older guy. He's got 12 goals, Pierre. 4 goals since going over in the trade in 10 games. So that's 30 goal pace, 32 goal pace. He can play center, and I think they might have been playing him a lot on the wing in LA, which he's a much better centerman.
Jarmo, for me, Pittsburgh is not the best offensive in NHL. Whatever, they are all healthy, but I would put them in maybe the top 5, maybe
They're up
top
there.
8 for sure. Because I think you have to consider Vegas, you have to consider Colorado. I think they are right there the 2 good offensive. I think we not give enough for Carolina. I think Carolina have a good one. I think Tampa Bay is another one. I believe right away in my mind is have a better offensive compared to Pittsburgh. But again, I think top 8 will be the right justification for me as an offensive side for Pittsburgh.
So, Pierre, they have the most goals in the NHL. Pittsburgh's got 178 goals for.
That's crazy, right?
Like, I know, because you've had Malkin out for so long. He's only played half of the year. Florida's second with 175, and Washington 175. Toronto's at 172. So those names you expect, and Colorado's got 171. But Pittsburgh being top, and they have a game in hand on Florida. So they're getting, again, when you look on the roster, the depth of scoring, like that's what I was saying. Jason Zucker's maybe 15 players down, but he's still got 7 goals.
And he got hurt.
Right. And you look at Brian Rust, you look at Gensel, there's 2 guys that have 22 goals, 44 goals between those 2 guys, and neither named Crosby or Malkin.
And Michael Rosenblatt bring another point. Like he confirmed tonight, Spencer Knight. I knew he was the first. He was the first one jump on the ice this morning. It was report. Now he's confirmed as a starter tonight.
Wow.
It's amazing to see him in the big race like that. He's 3 years old, Michael, 1.67, I believe, average, and 3 games. So it's great to see him performing like that for sure. Look about what he said, and maybe I want you to add about that. Carter spent the half of his career with Richard Shadow. That's pretty good statement there.
I mean, Richards washed out in LA for personal reasons.
Well, I think for Richard, for me, it was more when he won with the New York Rangers. After that, he struggled.
Wow, he was with the Rangers?
Brad Richards did not go there?
No. He's talking Mike Richards.
Oh, yeah, Mike Richards. Oh, my God.
Yeah, because Mike Richards and Jeff Carter came from Philadelphia. They ended up meeting back up in LA.
Yeah. I apologize.
And, if you look at Carter's career production, it's pretty impressive. Like overall, he's just a very quiet guy, and I think he's more of like a second line guy. But what a second line guy! I mean, he had 46 goals one year with Philadelphia, and then he was just what LA needed. He got 27 goals, 26 goals, 28 goals, 24 goals, 32 goals. 13 goals in 27 games. So he's a productive player. Even last year he had 17 goals on a not very good team. And then, he's on pace for 20-24.
John Moose, Malcolm at board, I think, you're right. Pittsburgh is the top 6 for sure about that point. And then, look about that one over there. What you will do if you are Joel Canville? because Tim bring a good point here, and he's right because on my prediction right now, on my cold players, Sergei Bobrovsky, Michael, the last 5 games is 3.86.
Yikes. I think that's a tough call, but I think you can't have nostalgia if you want to win.
I don't know if Tim and Michael was I'm sure you're here, guys, but for me, Michael, the only coach or one of the few coaches in NHL can make a change like that. So you know what? I go with Spencer Knight and Bobrovsky, you sit and Drager watch up, it's Joel Canville. But you cannot do a mini coach other him, maybe the top 3, 4 coach, Barry Trotz maybe, a couple of guys like that. Other the rest of the NHL coach cannot do that for me.
Listen, it would be a gutsy move, right? You got $10 million on the bench, but if the guy's not playing well, you go with the hot hand. You know, if you're a coach and you have Spencer Knight in and he's just taking away opportunity from the other team, not letting in junk, like who is the team more comfortable with?
I have a couple of news for you. we did. Sometimes this prediction, the show is like we go that way and then we go that way because we don't follow. But I want you to have your statement about that one over there.
Oh no. Who is this?
Jake Virtanen.
Wow. That's unfortunate.
You know what I mean?
We're in a crazy time. People gotta, you hope it's not true. It's,
I believe for me,
Michael, I don't know what that means.
And maybe Jarmo knows him a little bit more also. He's from Finland, everything like that. But for me, Michael, this is the last
he's
game.
From Vancouver.
For me, it's the last game of for Virtanen with the Vancouver Canucks.
He's a Vancouver kid, isn't he?
So again?
Oh yeah, he's from New Westminster, so he's a British Columbia kid. He's born there.
I think Virtanen, his dad play in Finland or something like that. No.
Well, if he did, Virtanen is a Finnish last name, but he's definitely from British Columbia. Yeah, that's wild.
John said that. Yeah, you're right.
He was born in Abbotsford.
It's very close to your name, by the way, Jarmo. Virtanen and Virtanen.
It's wow. It's you don't like to hear that stuff, obviously, for a lot of reasons. Yeah, it's interesting. So he is a Finnish national as well. So his cousin Jared Virtanen and Stefan Virtanen. But he was born in Canada, but I guess his parents must be Finnish.
So my point to you, I believe for me it was to bring to you. Yeah, I'm sure it is. That for me is the end for him. He's already had the trouble with Vancouver. You remember the exit or what the manager said about him. For me, I think that's the end for him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Another news: Toronto announced today all will be out for the game tonight against Montreal Canadiens. He's a day today. Shelton Keefe did not mention more. Like it's just like almost like a routine. So don't expect him missing a lot of time, but he will be out tonight tonight. But I want to talk about him because I think we was all surprised. Maybe Jarmo, he can talk about him also. But the Blue Jackets signed yesterday Jagar Shinakov, a 3 years entry-level contract for them. So it will be interesting. He was a 21 overall pick in 2020 NHL draft. And when he got select, Michael, me and you, we look each other like, who this guy?
Well, he's got a reputation as a goal scorer, so we know more about him now. This actually might end up being a very good draft pick.
By the way, they burned his first year, by the way, this year.
They did, yeah.
And he was with the winner of I always said the Stanley Cup, but the KHL winner team.
Oh, was he?
Avangard, whatever is like Olsk. Avangard, he was play with them. By the way, Michael, Yakupov, because Jarmo said that also, Yakupov was healthy scratch during the finals.
Oh yeah, of course. They traded him. Didn't they trade him away?
No, he finished with the avant-garde.
Oh, is that where he went? He had one goal with them.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not. It is what it is. He's just a.
Yeah, but
They've
again,
never
I think
been
my
first over.
Jarmo that we did a live. We did that day the NHL draft.
did.
I
Oh,
think we did a couple
I'm
hours.
sorry. See, I thought they traded him. He didn't play a single playoff game. I thought they traded him away.
Look, Jarmo, he said, Michael.
Oh, hold on. Yakupov was in many teams last. Yeah, he's just. It's normally you wouldn't care, except he goes first overall. And I've said this to Pierre before, like when he was with Sarnia, and then I actually watched him. I'm like, I was saying to him, I'm like, are we sure about this? Because Philip Forsberg was such a good player in that group, and I thought Alex Galchenyuk was a very good player, and he was hurt all year. And Yakupov, to me, it was like, man, I don't see he has hockey sense at all. Like it's negative hockey sense. That's what I saw.
Two more news, Michael, I want to mention, and then I want you to talk about that, both news. First of all, the final expansion payment has been processed, and the Seattle Kraken are officially the 32 active franchise in the NHL. And when you do that, what happening do you think?
I'm sorry?
So what do you think they can do now? Because they are
well, they can make trades, they can sign players. So I don't know what they'll do, but it'll be interesting to see how aggressive they are and how, I think teams learn from what happened. Like you look at Minnesota, right? Wouldn't they rather have Alex Tuck right now?
Yeah.
Like there's players, Carlson was not on. He just got an opportunity and proved he was a really good player. He didn't really get that opportunity in Columbus, so it was. I don't know. They got a lot of assets, right? They got the branch. They got 3 first-round picks. I don't think that's going to happen again, Pierre. Although this year would be the year because I don't think that there's the depth.
And finally, the last news is about him. I want to mention again, Rand Miller played Saturday night. He won the game over there. Well. 18 years with the Dark Canuck Blue Sabres. Well, I was impressed. Do you know, look, he's 6'2", 168, Michael.
He's so, he's a tall, lean guy.
I was shocked when I see that. Great number. Play over almost 800 game. He have 914, 2.63. Listen, what I heard, what I saw this weekend, I'm always impressed. I'm a little bit sensible when Mario Lemieux quit or Wayne Gretzky. You know what I mean? Like we grow with them, right? We love that game, but whatever they are, not our team players and what we love. We always almost the end when they see quitting. For me, it was unbelievable, remarkable to see those players around the league talking about Ryan Miller. It was touching the moment at the end of the Saturday night with his wife, his kid, and also all the players wearing number 30 and front colors, and the way they talk about him on not only the Anaheim Ducks, but all around hockey world, what kind of player he was, the human being he'd been, and how longevity his career and what he did for the USA team. And at 2010, he won the Vezina Trophy. What do you think about Ryan Miller?
I mean, he's played so long. Like he's prolonged his career longer than we would have anticipated. He's a big part of the community in Anaheim. His kids playing the Anaheim Junior Ducks. He's had a great career. Did he win? He hasn't won a cup with anyone, right? So I think that but he had some big moments with Team USA, and I thought he kind of took things over from Dominik Hasek in Buffalo. Great career.
I agree. Behind this, and the good news, Michael, he will stay in hockey.
Oh, is he going to stay with the Ducks?
But I think he would be, and he said differently, I would not leave the hockey. Yeah. That's my life. And I think he have already had an agreement with his wife where he's going to be. I think he can be a really good person on the business operation team and any information in it. A little bit of what Roberto Luongo does for the Panthers. I think that's a good one over there. So that thing is good over there. What do you think
His-
about
his-
what do you think about that one over there?
His family are pretty legendary, right? In USA hockey circles. Like his brother Drew played for, is it brother or cousin? Played for Detroit. Kevin Miller
Kevin Miller?
and Kip Miller, right? So they all had pretty good NHL careers. And Kelly Miller.
What do you think
So
about what Jarmo said? Is Lekanen going to Saddle?
I don't know. Is he any good?
It could be. I think he's a wonderful player. I think he can be good to go there. Low salary, does very well at the bottom six. Great on PK. Don't score a lot. Goal 5 this year. But I think, Michael, his work ethic, what he bring on the bottom six, he's a tighter player. He's skating great, fast. And I think it could be a player what Seattle will look at the end of the day. I'll not be surprised about that. Tixie, welcome aboard. Always a pleasure to having you here with us. And I think you're right. I think the Predator Senator is going to get there for sure. Michael, it's the time to jump on that one over there. It's called the Prediction of the Day. And I want to tell us about what you think is going to be. Let me check this part. I have so many around here. I don't know if it's this one. 14th game tonight, Michael.
Wow.
So this is my pick with the W. And tell me if you agree or not, what do you think? And we're going to go quick on that one over there.
So
Florida,
Dallas.
Dallas.
Florida, right?
I'm saying again?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just making sure the team, it's home and away. It's like it's Dallas
Away?
is playing Florida.
Away and home.
Got it.
Dallas,
Man,
Florida.
Dallas has got to win that game, Pierre. I think for sure Florida's favored.
All right. Islanders, Buffalo.
Buffalo's in tough. I think Islanders are going to win.
Boston, New Jersey.
Boston's going to crank them.
Washington, Rangers.
Oof, I think the Rangers might win that.
Pittsburgh, Philadelphia.
Pittsburgh, Philly's packed it in.
Chicago, Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina.
Toronto, Montreal.
I mean, Toronto should win it.
I took Toronto. Nashville, Columbus.
Yeah, Nashville will win that game.
Ottawa, Winnipeg.
I think Winnipeg gets back in the win column and ends their losing streak.
I put Ottawa. St. Louis, Anaheim.
St. Louis is going to win that game.
Vegas, Minnesota.
Wow, it's really tough to bet against Vegas. I got to say Vegas is going to probably win
I
that
took
game.
Minnesota. That's one of my
Right.
surprise there. Arizona and Los Angeles King.
Arizona does not look good.
I took Arizona. That's number one. We have 2 more games on that one. Colorado, San Jose.
And Edmonton's going to win. Yeah, these are Colorado is going to win and Edmonton's going to win.
Edmonton, Vancouver.
Yeah, Edmonton.
All right. So let's just think what we have here. What do you think about his one? I think Vegas will win and versus the Wild. I think so too. I took Minnesota because I think Minnesota is always a surprise, but I think he should be one of my surprise of the night. I think it's a good point about Jermel. Ove Carlson, he was out the last time they played. That's a good one. And Michael, I want to talk about this. You're going to be surprised what I'm going to bring to you. This is my fantasy weekly. I do every Monday now. Who is hot and who is cold? Let's go quick on that hot. Marcia Show, 4 game,
Wow.
8.44.
Wow.
David Perron, 2.57, Michael.
Man, that's crazy.
Tony Crook, we did not mention him all year long. 6-0.
Yeah, he's
Look
obviously
you
been
players
really
right there. Paul Zakar last week,
Good for
3-3
him.
and 6.
Keep going. I like to see him succeed.
Shuttler Stephenson, 5.23 last week. Nick Suzuki, 4 game, 2.35. And then look, Zegras, Michael,
Oh, good.
4 game, 1.4 and 5.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Then we
he's
have
gonna come.
we have Jeff Petrie at 1.4 and 5. And look, the next 3 goaltender.
Well, Thomas
Greaves.
Grace is back back-to-back shutouts.
503, 1.45, 0.953 in the last 8 games, Michael.
Good for him.
Rask, 500, 193, 936.
And then look at the Carolina goalie, Pierre.
601, 1.41, and 0.95 in 2.
Wow.
Check who is cold. Scott Laughton, 1 goal the last 21 game.
Damn.
Unbelievable.
That tells you a lot, but
Cat
you don't
3.
expect offense.
Cat 3, Michael.
That is
11
awesome.
games, 0 point.
What is going on there?
I had no clue. Cajon, only 1.11, and he played many times on the top 6.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pelec, 18 game, 1 goal.
Yeah, that's
Justin Falk, St. Louis doing well. Look at
Jeez.
last 9 game, 1 assist. After an
Pierre,
amazing
come on.
beginning season. You
What are
talk
they
about
paying him?
Winnipeg Jets struggle. Josh Morrissey, 8 games, 0
there
point.
you go. That doesn't help.
Ristolainen, 8 games, 0 point, Buffalo.
Well, they're on a 4-game losing streak. So when he
Then we have a
when he
couple
was
of
dialed
players I
in-
could put there, Michael, but last one I put him because he played with Tampa. He's a second number, 7 game, Michael, 0 point. Now check the last 3 goaltender. Peterson, 170, 3.87, 0.87.
Is that the Cal Peterson from
Yep,
LA?
yep.
With a T, yeah, Peterson. Wow, that tells you a lot.
Lankinen, 241, 4.42, Michael.
Struggling.
868. And then the third goaltender, do you know who he is? He's not him. I changed. Do you know who was the number 3?
No.
Alcon Subban.
Oh, yeah.
3.80.
Well-
So the 2 goaltender, Chicago right now. But I put Kopisalo because he has 6 games. He has removed 2 times, 1.21 and 4.71 over there, Michael.
Wow.
Jarmo, I think Shirley is like 19 games, 0 goals, they said last night.
I mean, I said this before. I like him as a kid and a player, but
Yeah, you always said, like I said, I put him a little bit better. I think he's a little bit like Philip Dano 2.0 for me. That kind of
Yeah.
players it is. I think he
Yeah.
produced more points last year at the beginning of the year compared to what he's supposed to do for me. But he's a guy can bottom 3 or top second. Like, you know what I mean? Depend what you have, but I think he's a third or second. But I think he's good on defensive side, more at the offensive side.
Yeah, he does a lot of things with, in the face-off circle without the puck.
Yes, you're right, Jarmo. He left the last game. That's why he has 1-2-1 in there.
Oh, really?
He plays 6 games. That's the reason right there. So we have a really busy night, Michael. We have 15 games Saturday night. Now
Wow.
tonight we have 14 games. It's going to be like this all week. This is the end of the week. It's the end of the season. We have 9 days before the end of the season. That'll be over. And playoff time after that. So that's going to do. I want to mention to you because this is really, we want to thank you so much because what you did. You don't know what you did, but I want to mention to you because we talk about you all weekend, how grateful we are because you are the reason he's going to be with us Thursday, May 6th. Turner Stevenson, winner of the Stanley Cup with the New Jersey Devils, drafted by the Montreal Canadiens. He's going to be with us. Please be here with us. Bring your question. This is a show about for you guys talking with the ex-NHL. It's not about me, Michael. It's about you. You have an opportunity talking with someone. You've been there. You did it. And he's now still in the hockey. And Michael, maybe talk a little bit more about him before we shut down here.
Yeah, so I've had the opportunity to work with Turner through the Everett Silvertips organization. He came over and we were building a Tier 2 and a Tier 1 program in Everett, Washington. And we had some really successful years. He had a lot of success at the Tier 1 program. We ended up moving a lot of players on from our Tier 2 to Tier 1. And then he's moved a lot Tier 1 to other leagues. Like there's a lot of kids playing ACHA, NCAA, like club NCAA. There's kids playing junior. On the Everett Silvertips themselves, we have two former players. Well, one's actually in the AHL now, but one which is Dawson Butt, and then I guess Brandon Lee too. Both on the WHL program. So you can see the funnel. He's now moved on to start another organization in that area, but he's still a good friend, and I think he's a guy that continues to give back and coach, and he'll be very important in that Seattle area. With the Seattle Kraken expansion, he'll be very instrumental in continuing to grow hockey in that area.
So it's a great opportunity for each one of you guys to have him. We are so grateful. First of all, he gave his time to us, first for Michael. And the reason he's this because of Michael Devellano. We know this show is not about me and Michael. This show is great because each one of you come every morning here talking. You leave a comments like Jamo, usually NHL is here. Tim, The Rock, you're amazing. Michael Rosenblatt is now the one he's always showing up now. Dixie come when he can. And this is show because each one of you, we may say a couple of people, but look at this. Without you guys, this show would not be what it become. Because remember, Michael and me, we started like many months ago, and it was only me and him. It was only me and Michael. And I can tell you that fill up 60 minutes every morning, and it was not easy. And then we go through now 75 minutes, 90 minutes here anymore, and we feel like it's show go fast because each one of you, what you bring on the table. So thanks each one of you. So tomorrow, Michael, the show is going to be on the East Division. And I'm going to make the graphic a little bit later. I was too busy today. But tomorrow, each division, you have to take 3 players per team to make your 24 roster players. So example, who's going to be your best 3 players for Boston? Who's going to be the best 3 players of Washington? Who's going to be the best 3 players from Pittsburgh? And you cannot take more at 3 goaltender. So if you take Taku Rask for Boston, but maybe you have only 2 more goaltender for the rest of the division. For example, like Buffalo, New Jersey, everything like that. So tomorrow, guys, that's what we're going to do. So join us. Today was the MVP, and I think overall most of the guy here was a little bit more about corner, McDavid, everything like that. So that's what's happening, and that's what we conclude. Anything you want to add, Michael, before we shut down here?
Nope, thanks, Pierre.
Where are you going to be tomorrow?
I'll be in Texas still.
You still here a couple of days in Texas, or?
Yeah, a couple of days, yeah. Unless something changes.
That'd be great. Exactly, Jamo. That's the way to do it. And don't forget tonight also, Michael, we have the live stream. We forgot about mention about that one over there. I don't know where's the graphic is right now. Forgot to put it on, but tonight, live stream, Montreal Canadiens versus the Toronto Maple Leafs at 7 o'clock. And then we're going to have also the Panthers play tonight against Dallas. We're going to jump on that one over there. So we'll be interesting about that one over there. I will pick Cyril Lee, but you cannot pick him, Michael. Oh, yeah. If you talk about to get him on your team, fine, but you cannot be because tomorrow is about the East Division, and he's on the Central Division. So Cyril Lee is not going to be there. So thanks, everybody. We appreciate again to be here. Michael, at the end, anything you want to add? That's the time.
Thanks, Pierre.
Have a great one, everybody. Look forward to see you tomorrow for another great show, the Hockey Nation Live Show. That's it. That's the wrong song, Michael. That's the song of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Thanks, everybody. Look forward to see you tomorrow for another great show, the Hockey Nation Live Show.